Yeah, the first film they're showing tomorrow, I think, is called People's Park. And I made this film with a very talented filmmaker named Libby Dina Cohn. And it sort of was, like lots of the projects I'm involved in, it was something that was more spontaneous or organic, coming out of a relationship to this park called People's Park in Chengdu in Sichuan province. I had been going there for 7 years and filming there off and on as I was working on other projects. And Libby came for the first time and she fell in love with the park too, and we both decided to make a film together there. But we wanted to do something different, and we decided to shoot the film all with one single shot. So there's no montage, there's no cutting. It just begins and it runs for 78 minutes, a continuous tracking shot through the park, uncovering all these different pockets of performance and people sort of engaged in leisure and labor and all kinds of sensorial environments until it ends in this really kind of climactic trance and dance session. And we were thinking about this, as I was telling you, this Chinese scroll from the Song Dynasty called Qingming Shanghe Tu. And it's this long scroll that has this very almost democratic portrayal of everyday life and the material culture of Song Dynasty China. And we wanted to achieve that kind of similar effect in the film so that we weren't privileging or creating a hierarchy through montage. And you can see that if you have time. It's all shot, just the two of us in a wheelchair. We shot it for 3 weeks. We shot it 24 times, each take being anywhere from 50 minutes to 120 minutes. And we chose take number 19 for the final film, even though we shot it a number of times after that. So it comes out of this kind of engaged, long commitment of filming for weeks and weeks and trying to refine and to sort of improve upon the approach of a single take and all the risks and accidents that can happen inside of a single take. The other two films are The Yellow Bank, which is a film I made in 2010, which was also kind of, I didn't necessarily have a fixed plan for that film. I just knew that I wanted to be in Shanghai during the total solar eclipse of 2009. It was in the summer. I lived in Shanghai many years before in 2000. It's where I learned Chinese. It's sort of my New York City. If American youth go to New York City to open the world, the urban world and the possibilities of the world to them, I went to Shanghai when I was like 19 or 20. And so I wanted to make this film that had this really intense celestial darkening over a city that is only growing and only thriving and always constantly illuminated. And I ended up working with a ferry boatman who let me put my cameras out on the front of the boat and film during this crazy thunderstorm. But it's just kind of a meditation on development and the natural environment. And then the other film is Human, which I made with two great friends and talented artists in China, Shuro Tao, who is an abstract painter and a filmmaker. He made a film called Rumination that I like very much. And a performance artist named Huang Xiang, who is just now getting into filmmaking. And we had 36 rolls of 100 foot of film. So about 80-some minutes of 16mm film. And we had a Bolex camera that I had brought over. And I asked Shuro Tao if he wanted to work with me, and Huang Xiang joined us. And we decided to go to this town called Yumen, which is now a ghost town, and it was the earliest site of oil discovery in China, but the oil has run dry. It used to be this major oil production town, but now the town has shrunk from 200,000 to only 20,000. So we made this film that's like the ghost stories, the weight of that kind of traumatic transformation, and also a kind of playful ruin porn, performance art, like collage, psycho collage of a film.